What is up everyone on YouTube, and today we have the new Epic 7 update coming to the game tomorrow actually, and you can see that this update is pretty packed because it is the middle of a collaboration, especially a new one with Overlord. We have a draft mode update, we have a new hero in Wandering Prince CIDD. He is a light 4-star unit, so a new ML 4-star, which is very nice. I think we definitely need more ML 4-stars in the game. We also have a new World Arena season coming, so the schedule is being released. And as you can see, with that new World Arena season coming, we'll have the reward for this World Arena season if you finish Masters or higher, and that will be Briar Witch Asaria's skin, and it looks pretty good. Also, you'll see that the profile card frame will actually have your border for whatever you ended in for World Arena, I believe. And we also have the new Guild Wars schedule. So it's kind of like League of Legends, we have a border now in other games, so pretty sick. I think it makes it so that there's more of an incentive to actually rank up higher instead of just go for the skin. But as you can see, we have a draft mode update. We have new units added, and those are going to basically be, I think it's going to include ML Politics and Genua, and it probably will include some other units as well. And the equipments and the stats of certain heroes will be updated. They're not really giving us the specifics, but it shouldn't really matter too much. Just know that we have more units and some stat adjustments. Also, you'll see the Overlord heroes Ainz, Albedo, and ShalltEAR will join the draft mode. ShalltEAR isn't even out yet, but she'll be out, I think, tomorrow as of this video's recording, and she'll be in the fray immediately. We also have Ainz and Albedo, which are pretty weak, but, sure. Also, funny enough, they didn't announce a buff yet. I think Ainz and Albedo definitely need a buff, especially Albedo, to be honest. She's pretty bad. I think Ainz has some niche uses with his S3, and, if you put him on Abyssal Crown, he can lock down teams. But I think these two units should get buffed, but we'll see. They didn't have any announcements for it on this patch update, but maybe they will for the next one. And this is the ML CIDD, the new ML CIDD, the light version, and his S3 looks like an AoE attack. Looks pretty sick. He is a mage, and his artwork looks amazing. This looks kind of straight out of like Final Fantasy or something. It doesn't really look like artwork from Epic 7 because it just looks like a lot more shiny, I'd say, if you look at it again. It doesn't look like the model doesn't really look Epic 7-esque. It looks a little bit more refined, which is definitely a good thing, but it looks really, really cool. I definitely want to pull from just off that. Also, the World Arena season will be ending in 10 days, so you definitely want to make sure you get to Masters. Pretty easy to get Masters. You can just, run like 7 or 8 units after playing for like 2-3 months. You can definitely get Masters really, really easily if you just use like Saver, Eden, specialty change AOL, and just a lot of free-to-play units. Should be doable. Just need to know how to draft. But yeah, if you get to Masters or higher, you have to end Masters or higher. You'll be able to get the Briar Witch Asaria's skin. Just keep in mind that you do decay. Your ranking will go down every 3 days if you don't play. So you have to make sure you play at least 1 game every 3 days. Otherwise, your ranking will start to go down. So you definitely want to make sure that you actually get the skin, even if you don't have the unit, because the skin still stays in your inventory because it looks amazing. And yeah, even if you don't have her, once you do pull for her, or if you eventually get her, the skin will be readily available. If you already have her, then of course you just get the skin in your inventory, and her name is Knight Commander Briar Witch Asaria. Then next we have the profile card frame, like I mentioned, for your ranking. You can see there's one for Legend. It's going really fast. Legend, Emperor, and also Champion. I think this will be available for anything in gold or higher, as you can see down below. Bronze and silver apparently don't get any, which is kind of sad, but I guess you don't really want to rep that you're bronze or silver anyways. But yeah, this is the new global banned heroes and artifacts. We have ShalltEAR, Wandering Prince CIDD, and Pipet. And it's mostly because the World Arena season is ending soon, and I don't know why Ainz and Albedo weren't in that list. Probably because they're dog shit, so Smilegate was like, no point to put them in there, but these are the banned units and artifacts. It's ShalltEAR and an artifact with ML CIDD. I think both of them will be pretty good. We also have the new Guild Wars season starting. Definitely want to make sure you join a guild and get into Guild Wars because it's just a free source of Mystic Metals. You can get a ton of Mystic Metals that way, and of course, we have ShalltEAR running tomorrow after the maintenance for 2 weeks with her artifact, and she looks insanely strong, especially when you compare her to Albedo and Ainz. So in case you actually forgot what ShalltEAR does, let's look at her skills again. She looks way stronger than Albedo and Ainz, thankfully. But her S3, it is a 4-turn cooldown, full strip from a single target. You have a 100% hit chance when using the skill, and this will ignore effect resist of any targets with attack lower than the caster. So against Knights and Soul Weavers and even some damage dealers, you'll be ignoring effect resist and always landing this. And this is going to be very nice to strip very important buffs, as well as, just doing a ton of damage because you'll be able to hit evasion units as well, and also even ice units. So if you're going against an Arya who has high ER, doesn't matter, you just S3 her, all of her buffs are gone, she can't counterattack, and you will do a ton of damage, right? So pretty nice. We also have our S2, True Vampire. You'll see damage suffered in one attack does not exceed 70%. It goes down to 51% like Spirit Eye Celine and Tempest Surin. And at the start of the turn, when your health is 60% or more, you'll gain attack buff, and also at the end of the turn, you get stealth. So similar to ML Politis, you just basically have stealth at the end of every turn, besides the start of the battle with attack buff. So just very nice buffs to have, just super strong. Looks like it'll be a very annoying passive to deal with. Next we have our S1. It is going to be a single target attack. This will do injuries, and then the injuries will scale with the damage you deal. And just a normal S1, you could soul burn this to increase the damage and injuries. So she looks like a pretty good unit against tankier units because of the fact that she can put injuries, she can actually dispel buffs from units that have lower attack than her, and also she's very good against evasion. And because of this passive, she'll be very annoying. She'll have attack buff, do a ton of damage, be very hard to hit out of stealth, and even if you do, she has this passive to actually reduce the amount of damage she takes. So pretty strong. I think she's going to be a pretty decent unit. I don't know if she'll be like super broken, but she definitely looks pretty good. And then this is her artifact here, Pipet Lance. Pipet Lance? Pipet? I think it's Pipet, right? But basically, it's going to be when you attack with a single attack, you'll do increased damage and then heal yourself with the damage you deal. So basically, just more damage and lifesteal. It's like lifesteal set with damage built in. Pretty strong. There's no conditional effects like Sigurd's Scythe or Golden Rose to get lifesteal. You don't have to be lower than 50%. Also, because of this artifact, you don't have to run on lifesteal. Usually units that have that S2 passive where you take less damage, you want to run them on lifesteal so you can actually sustain them up and abuse that passive. But you don't actually need it on her because this artifact for herself will give her extra damage and extra, lifesteal. What else more do you need from an artifact? Super strong. I think this artifact will be very powerful. The only thing is this is only with single attacks, so this won't be abused on units like Lone Crescent Bologna or like Lionheart Sirmia because they do want to actually heal from their AoE. That's their big healing thing. Not really a lot of warriors with only single target skills that will benefit from this, honestly. Maybe like bruisers, but I think the ones that want to use this are attack scaling single target damage dealers. So even like Edward Elric could be okay on this, but the thing is, a lot of his lifesteal also comes from his AoE knockback attack. So not too sure. This looks pretty good for her, obviously, but other units, I'm not too sure how they'll use it. And yeah, that's pretty much ShalltEAR and her artifact. She looks pretty good. Her artifact looks very strong on her as well, and she'll be running alongside Basar. Honestly, not a big deal. This unit is pretty trash, but Abyssal Crown is a very good artifact if you want to, just pull for it for some reason, or you want DJ Basar imprints. But honestly, I think this banner, not really worth it, to be honest. ShalltEAR will be running with Albedo for 1 week, and then after Albedo expires, you'll have Basar replacing Albedo's banner. Next, we have the next Mystic Summon rotation, and this rotation looks very good. We have Navy Captain Landy, very powerful unit, of course, one of the best damage dealers in the game, has been since her release. We have Pirate Captain Flan. Ever since her buffs, she's been a very strong lockdown stun bot, and in the current meta, she's kind of making a comeback, so she's pretty good. We have Little Queen Charlotte, always good against dark units. She got a buff as well. She pretty much just one-shots any dark unit and then will splash the damage, so she's very strong against certain units. And then we have Martial Artist Ken, very good against anything that crits him, honestly. He's a very strong unit against Navy Captain Landy, Abyssal Euphony, and so forth. But yeah, this is one of the best banners we've had in a long time. We have Navy Captain Landy, one of the best damage dealers in the game. We have Pirate Captain Flan, one of the best crowd controllers in the game. Little Queen Charlotte, the best dark nuker, even better than Savior Aiden. And we have Martial Artist Ken, very good against crit units in the current meta. Very strong against anything that can actually crit because he will just counterattack and then one-shot them, so super strong. We also have with the 4-star unit, Wandering Prince Cid. So not only is this 5-star rotation stacked, but we also have Wandering Prince Cid, the new ML 4-star, who probably will be very strong. A lot of the newly released ML 4-stars have been pretty good, so I think for sure I'd pull on this banner. I don't know which one I'd go for. I'm missing Pirate Captain Flan and Martial Artist Ken. Probably Pirate Captain Flan, one of my more favorite units, so I'll go for it, but honestly, this is probably a bait. We probably have like ML Senya or ML Luna or something crazy coming out after. Usually when they do these good banners, the new ML 5-star always ends up being a fan favorite, so people spend money and pull for them. So honestly, I'd probably wait till the end of this rotation to see what's next after and what's announced before pulling on it, because you never know what they might announce in the future for the new ML 5-star unit. And then we have the coin shop rotation. Specimen says Apoc Robbie, Closer Charles for the Galaxy if you want to get them and you have the coins. Honestly, none of them are really worth it anymore. And then we have the Covenant rotation changing to Sirmia, Chloe, and Shu, CCC. So yeah, pretty much it for this patch. Pretty huge, a lot of things coming out in terms of units, very exciting, and mostly excited for the Mystic Banner, honestly, because it looks pretty stacked. And also let me know in the comments down below what you're most excited for, and I'll see you guys next video.